Unite me. Unite me, untie me, I the broken pieces, more than 3, more than 4, more than 5, and bound. I've been broken up alive. A pair of eyes, a prism arrived. The light broke into live colors of earth, the colors of earth. Then I was alive, the colors vibrant of earth. I broke, I fell, I died, I lived again, I spoke, and chastised I wrote, so as to never again be cast into the torrent, the river, the torment. The ritual sufficed, it was the way, the perpetual sacrifice of the pen, the brush, the pencil, life, stenciling time. Unite the place of moving, the broken paradigm of this wrinkled grace, of sprawling and receding. The current dashing me to pieces, but we the pieces, steadfast we stay, in gratitude and in consistency, in certainty, in unexplained solidity. Trace and unite the endings, stray bits of the seeker's delicate pace, passing in scenes and films, on screens, written the dreams flashing, whose remnants stashed in white houses, where lost children kept safe in the grace. Unite us, let us go to them in embrace, set the timer to the forever mistakes we thought were ours, and yet were written endless stories set in gold. For our love, we were told, meld them with the opposite, fashioned to ignite the moving rites of passage of souls captive, remote, and put on hold, as the fallen lost bringer of light in several shows had knocked us down into a cold and empty wretched plight, amassed, sold fragments to his bidding, a sad and tremendous forbidding, a blasphemous serenity, committing the offense of being free, 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 and united in love and valor, but the squalor, blocking knighthood's broken, they too, until freedom itself fights for uniting, for the light of laughing. Still away, away we go into the darkness with no lanterns and no one to see us, or so we thought, until one day the same river freed us. Elsewhere to that place we are still moving, towards the sought vision held together. We are the tethered, the weathered, and seemingly severed. Tethered indeed, an iridescent stream of seeming, always seeming, seeming, what appears and reappears and repeats and retreats, and especially meets at the designated point where the joint seeming ends in the beam of gleaning. All there was, all there is, and all that is to be. Unite us, we the immersed, the treasured, the one open mystical sea of dancing light, forgotten in the ink-black night, whose stance shook the lack of sight. Seers rose and fell, blinded again. Bells rang to wake up sound and tactile sensation, until finally a deity blushed, the begetting of humanity. We fell, we fall, deep in the insanity, deprived, derived from an old felony, they told us, those who bought us, those whose lives were brought down for us, to teach that the ancient gold, the original soul, is there for us, though no parental spirit doth seem to touch us, to raise us from the ashes of the earth, nor in spite to thrust us in the end to birth, to being and a new way of seeing that we agreed to, feeling like in a stark winter when the first bud meets our eyes full of the dust that was sent to fill the gaps where the pieces broke, immersed in smoke that filled the lost lung of creation, whose sacred sensation forever recalled, whose breath propels us to temples and churches and synagogues. Devoid of the lost fragments, they promise sacramental segments. But only retention prevailed, the retaining of the spirit in question that we lack, because the so sought for was and is each other. missing pieces that clamor in voids, in eyes of the person in the room, in streets and offices, whose orifice is wide open to the clamoring seeping in and leaving, its drones that function in monotone, until we have no words, the suction successful, empty reciting, regretful and resentment, sounding from the roofs of every mouth of those that left the warm nest of southern migration. As the eternal prism again breaking light, creating this succession, this rainbow life, death, birth, recycling, ribbons of memory, streams stored where we were, we are, each other, for one another.